crippled boy, a sorcerer king, and a prophecy that would birth the greatest empire Africa has ever seen. They mocked him, they exiled him, they thought he would die in the dust. But the lion does not answer to the hyena. This is the true story behind The Lion King, and it didn't come from Disney. Long ago, in the heart of West Africa, where the Niger River bends like a serpent of silver, a prophecy was whispered. It spoke of a child, born of a hunchbacked woman, destined to become a mighty king, one who would unite the scattered peoples of the savannah. In the kingdom of Mali, King Magan Konfata had many wives, but it was his least favored, Sogolon Kedjou, gentle and strange, with eyes that saw beyond the visible world, who carried the child of destiny. When the boy was born, they called him Sundiata, the lion child. Yet when he came into the world, his legs were weak. He could not stand. He could not walk. In the palace courtyards, other children ran and shouted, their laughter like arrows to young Sundiata's heart. His mother, Sogolon, endured the cruel mockery of the other wives, their taunts sharp as spears. "Your son will never be king," they sneered. But Sogolon's spirit did not break. She told her son, "A tree grows slowly, but its roots reach deep." Every day she lifted him, encouraged him, until one fateful evening when her tears became too heavy. "Rise," she whispered, "show the world your strength." And Sundiata, with trembling hands, reached for an iron rod to pull himself up. The courtyard fell silent. Every eye turned. The iron rod bent under his grip like a blade of grass, and his legs found their strength. He rose, one step, then another. The ground seemed to hold its breath. Then the drums of Mali thundered that night. The boy who could not walk stood tall like a lion. But peace is fragile in the hearts of men. After the king's death, jealousy turned to danger. Sundiata's stepmother schemed so that her own son might inherit the throne. To protect him, Sogolon took her boy and fled into exile, wandering across the kingdoms of West Africa. From the forests of Ghana to the grasslands of Mima, Sundiata learned. He studied the strength of warriors, the wisdom of elders, the songs of griots who carried history like torches through time. In exile, he became something more than a prince. He became a student of the world. While Sundiata lived in exile, a new terror rose over Mali, a tyrant named Soumaoro Kanté, the Sorcerer King of Sosso. They said his castle walls were built from the bones of his enemies. They said he kept the skulls of defeated kings as trophies, their hollow eyes forever watching his triumphs. He commanded dark spirits and armies of ironclad soldiers. Villages burned. The griots fell silent. The land cried out for a savior. Word reached Sundiata in exile. His people were broken. His homeland needed him. He gathered his allies, warriors who had seen his courage, kings who respected his wisdom, hunters who believed in his destiny. Under the rising sun, they formed an army, men of many tribes united under one banner, the return of the Lion King. And so Sundiata rode back toward Mali, his spear gleaming, his heart burning with the memory of injustice. It was on the plains of Kirina that destiny came calling. Soumaoro Kanté stood amidst his armies, his body cloaked in magic that no weapon could pierce. Sundiata's armies charged, but their arrows shattered on his enchanted armor. Hope began to fade until Sundiata remembered. During his years of exile, an old griot had whispered to him a forgotten secret. The Sorcerer King drew his power from dark spirits, but his magic had one weakness: the spur of a white rooster, a symbol of light no dark spell could withstand. With cunning and courage, Sundiata fashioned an arrow tipped with that very spur. He steadied his hand, he aimed, and he struck. The magic that shielded Soumaoro Kanté cracked like glass. His eyes widened in disbelief. His spells dissolved into dust, and he fled into the mountains, never to be seen again. The people of Mali roared in victory. The lion had returned, and the land was free. From the embers of war rose a new dawn. Sundiata Keita gathered the chiefs and kings of the region and forged a single empire, the Mali Empire. He declared a charter of justice and unity known as the Kouroukan Fouga, binding the people under laws of respect and kinship. Trade flourished across the Sahara. Gold, salt, and wisdom flowed from Mali's heart. Sundiata ruled not through fear, but through balance, the strength of a lion and the patience of a tree. Time moved on, and the Lion King grew older. His roar softened to a whisper, his warrior hands grown still, but his legend lived on. The griots, the keepers of memory, carried his story through centuries, from village fires to royal courts, from ancient stone cities to modern hearts. They said the spirit of Sundiata still roams the wind over Mali, watching, guarding, because heroes may pass into dust, but their stories never die. The story of Sundiata Keita reminds us that destiny is not born from perfection. It rises from struggle, courage, and belief. From a boy who could not walk came the Lion of Mali, founder of an empire, keeper of justice, and symbol of unity. And somewhere tonight, in a village beneath the stars, a griot is telling this story again, because the world still needs to hear it.
Thank you for watching. If you like this story, subscribe for more.